Hello, Women of the Channel Leadership Network. I'm Jackie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. I'm pretty excited and just super excited, really, to introduce one of my teammates, Rosie Cotterill, Managing Director of Communities, leading our media and events team in EMEA. So, yes, with the Channel Company. Hi, Rosie. Thank you so much for being here today.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yes, well, I'm clearly excited because I'm losing my words. So let's just dive in and get to know you. So, where do you live and where did you grow up if that's different?
Yep, so I live in London. I'm originally from the north of England, so an area called North Lincolnshire. It's very small, very, very rural, completely the opposite of London. Hence why I came down here. And I came down for university, and then I've just stayed down ever since, and now live in West London, an area called Twickenham.
Oh, very cool. I have never been. It's definitely on my bucket list of places to see.
You should come.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. All right. What is a little known fact about you that you don't mind sharing?
Well, I always hate this question. So I'll go with I did a team strategy day recently, and I got everybody to send me a fact about themselves that they wouldn't think that anyone else would know, but that they'd be happy to share. So they all sent them to me. I then put them up on the screen. For the first 15 minutes, we went through guessing who belongs to who. So, first, it was good fun. It was a good way to obviously get everybody talking and learning something different about everybody. So, the one I put on there was that I've got 60 pairs of trainers, which is ridiculous and, silly to have. But my thinking behind it, there's a way I justify it every time I buy a pair, is that the more that you have, the less you wear them, so they actually last longer.
I love it. That's so funny because my husband is the same way with trainers. And I might just give him that tip next time our daughters make fun of his shoe collection.
There
So
you go.
awesome. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing. All right. Well, let's dive into your career path and how you reached the position you're in today.
Yeah, so the Channel Company bought CRN and computing, so our two main brands, about 2.5 years ago, and they bought that from a company called Incisive Media, which still exists today. I joined Incisive about 13 years ago now, and short of some bar jobs and internships, I was pretty fresh out of university and joined as a campaign assistant. So I was helping set up and run advertising campaigns and client projects. And then since then, I've just worked up through the team. So that was to become an exec, then a customer success manager, and then eventually ran the team. And I did a lot of work to change and improve the whole of the customer experience for media products and events that we had. And then when the tech brands got bought by TCC, I became the operations director. So that was heading up all of the delivery team, so customer success, event operations, and our database team. And then last year, I was actually off on maternity leave for the year. And then when I came back at the start of the year, I got the job that I am now. Got now. So yeah, the managing director of the events and media side. We call it our communities bit of the business. So I'm responsible for all that entails.
Oh, I love that. And I love that you were, getting a, experience in the different areas leading up to where you are today. I'm sure that that is so valuable, that experience and insight in your position that
Yeah.
you're in now as a leader. Love that. So, one of my favorite questions is what do you do to protect or create that work life balance for you?
Yeah, and well, this is something that I think is more important than ever now that I've got a young family and time is a lot more precious and limited. I think the first thing is thankfully work. And I'm pleased to say this. I've been very flexible and very good in terms of days and hours and working around an arrangement that works for me. So I've got enough time to do the job, but also I've got a lot of quality time with family as well, and do my own thing. But I think the main thing is, I'm ambitious. I want to work hard and do well and keep developing. But also on the back of that, life is short, isn't it? And it's important to take time to enjoy life. So I'm always keen to make sure that work is a positive side of my life. And I think as soon as it becomes a negative or it feels like it takes over, then you're on a downhill basically from there. So for me, it's about setting clear boundaries for me and my job and time, but also that then cascades down to the teams that I work with, the people that I manage, because then you're setting a precedent. So if I go on holiday and I'm emailing my team all the time, do they think that they have to go on holiday and email all the time? No. So I think that's a clear thing to set. And work can be stressful and life can be stressful. So finding ways to just manage all of that. I'm very organized, like making lists, like being on top of things. So for me, it's making sure I'm focusing on the right stuff and not being a busy fool. That makes me feel stressed. So yeah, that's a few things there that I would do.
I love your last statement, not being a busy fool. That's probably my favorite thing I've heard. And I love that you pointed out, you going on holiday and not setting that precedent to your team that you're answering their emails because that's what you're teaching them in that. Even though probably your intent is more just to make sure that they're okay. But by not doing it, you're creating that space for your team, which is amazing.
Yeah, and it's very important. It's so important to switch off, and that isn't just like every night that
Yes.
you finish work. It's have those breaks and use them, because you come back refreshed and you come back ready to actually do more and put more in, and yeah. So everybody benefits from it.
Absolutely. Yes, I couldn't agree more. Let's pivot to what are some patterns that you've noticed over the years about women at work and things that we could be doing better to advance our careers?
Yeah, so I mean, this is obviously just from things that I've seen and my opinions and perspectives on it, but I think that women are or can be very loyal to companies, which is great. But I think sometimes to their own detriment. That I think it's important to understand that work, is a two-way thing. That as much as your job, whatever it is, it gives you employment, it pays you, it keeps you busy. Lots and lots of things that are great that it does. They need your skills, they need your expertise, your judgment, and lots of other things. So it's a mutually beneficial contract that you're going into with your company. And I think sometimes it's you forget that, and you think actually you get the balance wrong. And sometimes if you revert back and realize that, you think actually we can make this work for everybody. It's not it's not all one-sided. um I think in terms of advancing careers, the main thing that I say to people that work and reported to me is that if you're ambitious and you want to keep developing and moving forward, that no one is going to fight for your career as much as you are. So if you've got a great manager, that's obviously really important, and they can be supportive and back you and help your development. But I don't believe that they're ever going to push you as hard as you can push yourself. So I'm a big advocate, if that you've got new ideas or ways that you want to grow or development or opportunities, then put together a case, back yourself, and then let's go for it and try and push as much as we can. And the worst thing that they can say is no. Well, you don't know that until you try. So I think it's and I think more so for women, it can feel awkward to have those kinds of conversations. We're British, we say sorry for everything. So I think, yeah, it's harder for women, and especially I found those conversations very difficult, certainly when I was more junior in my career, to have them. So that would be one thing that I think we can do better to advance our careers. And then just to know where you're adding value and want to keep, show that you want to keep learning and have positive people, I think, around you. That's obviously really key.
That is all such great advice. There's, I don't even want to muddy the waters there. I'm going to leave that mic drop where it's at because we have time for just one more quick one and I want to get to it. So, who or what do you look for inspiration or mentorship?
So yeah, I think for me if I think of professionally wise, the most inspirational managers that I've either worked for or have worked with are the ones that no matter what is happening, they remain calm. So they keep a cool head, or they listen to all sides of what's happened. They give time to let things settle, and then come up with a solution that's rational. I think by being like this and being professional, then you're able to also get people on side the right way. So that's always been the thing that I've always found really kind of inspirational and impressive with people that have also got a lot of responsibilities themselves. And I think day to day, just be polite and kind and empathetic, not just when bad things happen, but all the time to people is a really, that is a key thing that inspires me and that I would look for.
I love that, especially love that you even called out not just when needed, but all the time, because we never know what people are going through. So just being that grounding and inspiration to others, not only helps them, but it also helps ourselves too, right?
Yeah.
In avoiding that burnout and everything else you spoke of. Rosie, thank you so much for joining us today and letting us celebrate you as our Woman of the Week.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yes, absolutely. I enjoyed it and I can't wait to come visit you someday. Community members, please comment, share your insights with Rosie. I'm sure that she would love that. And until next time, have a great day.